14 years old, so she's our oldest, kind of our reigning grandma, I guess, of the group. And this is Emily here, and she never sits with her head towards anyone. That's her there, and she was a little orphan. She's been hand raised, so she's quite happy having a cuddle. Not all of ours like having cuddles, but some of them do, some of them don't. But we're just about to start changing over all their brows soon, so hopefully a few more will make their way down. Normally when it's raining a lot, they tend to stay pretty still and pretty stationary up in the trees, and they'll curl right over, and they use their little ears like umbrellas. Helps to keep them nice and dry. So I'm surprised to see so many of them pottering about, but each to their own, I guess. They generally only eat eucalyptus. It makes up, 99% of their diet, but they will nibble on other things occasionally, like callistemon or wattle or casuarina leaves. So we've got a couple of koalas down the far end called Dora and Lila, and they quite like eating callistemon. We've nearly killed the tree that's in there because they find it so appealing. Yeah, so we've got a plantation that contains about 10 different species, and some they like a lot and some they don't like much at all. So yeah, it's quite interesting feeding them. They're an animal that takes quite a lot to look after, even though they sleep for such a long period of time. Going, Teddy?
If
you want to head on up there.
What's his name?
Benny.
Benny. Jump, Benny, go. Jump, Benny. Oh!
Showing off for you guys. We can't allow people to touch or hold.
Oh, okay.
It's a welfare law. But in Queensland they have different rules.
Okay.
So here we would have to have a certain amount of koalas before you let you touch them. It's a bit of a myth that they're drugged from the eucalypt. It's actually not true. It's just that they don't have enough nutrition in their diet to give them much energy, so they have to spend a lot of their time resting. Is that how they usually? Yeah, that's usually how they sit. They have a hard cartilage plate on their rump, which means they can sit for hours without becoming uncomfortable. And they don't drink any water. They get all their moisture from the leaves.
Oh wow!
And they eat Benny eats about 1 kilo of leaves a day. So we have to change his leaves regularly. They've got 2 thumbs, which is a really cool fact. They sit there for 20 hours a day, so they'd have to be fairly comfortable.
And they sleep like that?
Yep.
Do they even just get out and sprawl on the ground?
No, if you saw them sprawled on the ground, you'd know there'd be something seriously wrong.
Okay.
They do come down out of the trees and walk on the ground, and occasionally they'll sit on the ground, but only usually for a very short time, maybe a few minutes, and then they'll walk again.